Do you want a little piece of advice? When in doubt, vacation. Shawnee, aka Total Makeup Junkie 101, and welcome to a brand new series that I'm going to be doing on my channel. I am calling this series Beauty Bargains, and the reason I even came up with the idea for this series is one day I had a whole bag of brand new Sephora makeup that I had just purchased the day before, and when I was doing my makeup the next day, I started reaching for some drugstore items that were already in my collection, and I wasn't necessarily reaching for the high-end brand new alternative that I had right next to it. And that got me thinking that there are a lot of really good, inexpensive makeup items that may or may not be talked about on my channel or on other people's YouTube channels that I personally reach for even more than my high-end option. So I decided to turn that idea into a series. This is going to be a 5-video beauty bargain series, and you will see a new beauty bargain video every Monday for 5 weeks. Obviously, as you guys can tell by the title, this video today is going to be on eyeshadow. I'm also going to have one on blushes, foundations and powders, lipsticks, and lip glosses. And if you guys are curious on when those videos will be uploaded on my channel, I will have links once they're up in the description box down below, and I will also have dates on when they are going to go up if they're not up yet in the description box below. And I will also put all 5 of these videos in a Beauty Bargains playlist for you guys, so you can always go back and refer to the playlist if you guys want to make your own shopping list. And do keep in mind that these are not items that I think are good for the price. I think these items are great no matter what price I would have paid. I would have gladly paid double, triple, quadruple the price on a lot of these items and still felt like I was getting a good deal because the quality of them is superb. Let's go ahead and jump into the beauty bargains. So the first products that I want to mention for eyeshadows are the Wet n Wild Color Icon Eyeshadow Trios. This is not a new item to me. This is not a new item to probably many of you, but I wanted to specifically mention the eyeshadow trios. Wet n Wild does have 8-pan eyeshadow palettes also in their Color Icon formula, and they also have single eyeshadows, but I have to say I think the trios are fantastic. They have consistently been amazing quality. I have not been disappointed with any of the Color Icon trios that I have, and I have a lot of them. These trios retail for $2.99 a piece, so just under $3, and of course because they are a drugstore item, you can always get things on sale or use coupons to bring that price down even more. But honestly, you are getting 3 eyeshadows for less than $3. That is a steal. Now the specific trios I want to mention, this one here is called I'm Getting Sunburned, and this one is gorgeous. You get a light kind of pinkish color, a beautiful super dark chocolate color, and a gorgeous mid-tone gold. All 3 of these shades swatch absolutely fantastically. They are incredibly creamy, pigmented, long wearing. You don't need an eyeshadow primer to get these to just make a punch on your eyes. They are so fantastic just by themselves. The other trio I wanted to mention for you guys is called Silent Treatment, and this one is beautiful. This one has a gorgeous champagne color at the top. You get kind of like a cool dark brown and then a very pretty shimmering taupe. And once again, all 3 of these shades swatch absolutely fantastically. These also work really well in a look together. Some of the trios that Wet n Wild has don't always work together. Sometimes they put a random color in there that may or may not work to create a whole look. I can definitely get a whole look out of both of these trios just by themselves. Sometimes I do like to incorporate a light highlight color with this I'm Getting Sunburned trio, but overall, they're fantastic for the quality, for the price, for everything you're getting. I love them. Now the next products I want to mention are the polar opposite of the Wet n Wild eyeshadow trios. Those are very talked about, very hyped for good reason, but I feel like these LA Splash Loose Glitters eyeshadow pigments are not talked about at all on YouTube, and they deserve a lot more credit than they get. These are such fantastic quality. Now these are a loose pigment, like I mentioned, so they are quite a bit more messy than a pressed eyeshadow, but I think they are so good. These are such a great dupe of MAC pigments. If you don't want to invest the money, $21 or $22 for a MAC pigment, pick these up. These are about $5 or $6 a piece. They have a ton of amazing shades. You can get them at Ulta or anywhere else you can find LA Splash Cosmetics. As for the two shades I'm holding up here, this first shade is called Unsolved, which is a gorgeous, kind of like a grayish, taupey, gunmetal purple color with a ton of pink and gold shimmer in it. This is such a unique color. And the other one I have here is called Passionate Plum, which is also amazing. It's a gorgeous, dark, like burgundy purple plum color. This one isn't quite as glittery, but it's got a lot of metallic glitter in it. It's so, so pretty. The next eyeshadow I want to mention is by e.l.f. And this is the e.l.f. long-lasting lustrous eyeshadows. And e.l.f. has a lot of really great eyeshadows in their line. We all know that e.l.f. is really affordable. These long-lasting lustrous eyeshadows are only $3 a piece. They are very affordable, and these are a dupe of the Chanel Illusion d'Ombre eyeshadows. If you guys have heard the hype about those, so many YouTubers love those. I have a couple of them and I love them as well. But I will say, after trying these e.l.f. ones, I don't know if I'm gonna pick up any more of the Chanel ones, because these are a very similar consistency. These aren't a powder, but they're not really a cream. They're kind of like a moussey type texture. They sort of remind me of the ColourPOP eyeshadows, but the shimmer that these have and the density and the opacity of them for the $3 price tag is amazing. The shade I have here is Festivity, but I know e.l.f. has, I think, 10 or 12 different shades to pick from. Everything from really light shades to really deep shades. I do think what they're missing is some colorful shades. All of the shades in their line are all kind of on the neutrally spectrum. They're all very wearable, which I know, is awesome for most of us. But if you are in the market for a similar formula, but with a way bigger color selection, then you guys have to check out my next pick, which are the ColourPOP eyeshadows. You guys probably knew these were coming. These aren't necessarily a drugstore option because you can't find these in stores, but they are a very affordable eyeshadow formula. These are only $5 a piece. You can get them on ColourPOP.com, and they are such good quality. You guys have probably heard me rave about these so much, so I don't want to go into another big spiel about them, but in case you guys aren't familiar with them, they are kind of a moussey texture. They're not completely a powder, but they're not completely a cream. They do dry down to a very long wearing powdery finish, so you can get a really long wear time out of these. The two shades I have here, this first one is called Ibiza, which is a gorgeous bluish teal, just perfect turquoise color. And this other shade here is called Dare, which is an amazing royal purpley pinky type color. It's so phenomenal, and I wanted to pick these two colors in particular because these are two of my favorite bright colored eyeshadows that ColourPOP has. ColourPOP is known for their bright, colorful colors, but they do have so many different eyeshadows to pick from. Not all of them are metallic and shimmery like these are, and not all of them are as bright and crazy colored as these are. So if you're in the market for a neutral matte color, ColourPOP has you there too. And then the last pick that I wanted to mention, this is one that, once again, I don't think gets a lot of hype on YouTube, but I did want to mention, these are the Essence All About palettes. Now, the one I have here is called All About Sunrise. Essence does have 4 different palettes. I believe there's one called All About Candies, All About Nudes, and All About Paradise, I think, are the other 3. This one in particular is just phenomenal. The All About Sunrise palette is my favorite out of all 4. This one has some amazing, super metallic neutral shades. Now, I will say, if you guys can tell by this palette, it's not necessarily an all-inclusive palette. It doesn't have a very light matte shade, nor does it have a really dark color for some contrast. But if you are in the market for some simple, all over the lid, one shadow looks, or maybe 1 or 2 shadows just as a quick look, These are so beautiful. All of the shades in this particular palette are all shimmery or metallic, so you're not getting, you know, a matte shimmer contrast. But this palette retails for $4.99. You can get it at Ulta or anywhere else you can find Essence. I know you can sometimes find them at Walgreens as well. For $4.99, 6 shadows, that's less than $1 a piece, and the quality of these is so good. You guys definitely need to give these a try. So that is it. That completes my Beauty Bargains eyeshadow edition. Definitely stay tuned for next week because I will have my Beauty Bargains blush edition up on Monday. And like I said, links to all of the rest of the videos will be in the description box down below as they are uploaded. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and will enjoy this series. And I will catch you guys for my next video, which is not a Beauty Bargains video, but I'll catch you guys on Thursday. I'll see you then. Bye! A thicker mousse, almost like a dense mousse. It's not whipped like I believe they have 6 different shades of these products, and you can get them either in the tube style or